what you see behind us is an evil thing today.
We do have breaking news this afternoon. At least 4 people have been killed and 9 have been injured in a school shooting at a Georgia high school about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta. Welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti. That just came in a few moments ago, and it was Sheriff Judd Smith in front of Appalachia High School. Details are somewhat limited right now, but here is what we know so far. According to the Barrow County Sheriff's Office in Georgia, a suspect is in custody at this point, and students who took shelter in the football stadium are working on reuniting now with their families. Law enforcement officers responded to the high school shortly before 10:30 this morning after reports of an active shooting prompted a lockdown. The students described the moments during the chaos as shots rang out.
We heard shots. The teacher ran, slammed the door, made us all go in the corner. We heard like the teachers and everything in the hallways, the police. We heard like the shooting, and then we heard that they ran away. And then after a while, they came and took us out to the football field.
And y'all have been out there since?
Yeah, we've been out there for like 3 hours.
Dozens of officers are on the ground alongside ambulances. You can see there's a medic helicopter. At least one person was loaded into the helicopter on a stretcher. And again, this is sad news coming out of an area outside of Georgia where at least 4 people have been killed, potentially 9 injured at this moment. We don't know what led up to the shooting. The FBI is responding to the school, but as you imagine, just a lot of fear and panic there as they continue to reunite kids with their families and do the investigation. This is, of course, a developing story, so we'll keep you updated on air and, of course, online at KREM.com. All right, we're going to take a pause now here and check in on the weather impact alert day for us as we head into what's going to be a really hot weekend. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for Friday and Saturday. Brandon T. Jones is standing by. What do you know for later this afternoon, Brandon, and as we move towards the weekend?
Yeah, Laura, well, actually today at this current point, this is probably the coolest it's going to be over the next several days. Tomorrow, a heat advisory is actually going into place. So you've got that advisory in place from Thursday through Saturday. So those temperatures are just going to continue to rise. And when we talk about that heat advisory, we're thinking about temperatures at least in the 90s, upper 90s or so. But along with that, here's a look at our weather headlines. We've got nothing but sunshine. You can see it's extremely bright out here right now. Lots of sunshine, and we're going to have some haze as well. So not necessarily any clouds that much, but some haze here in our atmosphere. Temperatures, again, as mentioned, are on the rise, and that heat advisory will be going into place tomorrow. Taking a look at some of our surrounding temperatures, we've got 81 in Ritzville, 81 down in Pullman, and 80 up in Deer Park. Looking at 80 over in Coeur d'Alene as well. So we're looking at probably a high near 90 degrees. We may hit that 90-degree mark today, but definitely tomorrow and then through the weekend as well. So just a good reminder to make sure you're finding areas to stay cool, shaded areas that is, and then also staying hydrated as well. By this afternoon, by the time those kids are ready to get off on the school bus, it actually is looking like it's going to be about 90 degrees or so. So just go ahead and prep for that and keep some water handy and right next to you.
All right, Brandon, thank you. We do have continuing coverage this afternoon. The Spokane County Sheriff's deputy accused of beating Kevin Hinton last summer. That deputy was fired yesterday afternoon. Hinton's attorney filed a federal lawsuit last month against the deputy. Spokane County Sheriff's Office and the City of Spokane Valley. KREM 2's Cody Proctor has the very latest, and we do want to give a warning this afternoon that some of the pictures in this story are graphic.
It's a peaceful evening at Spokane Valley's Terrace View Park. A far different kind of night compared to last August when Kevin Hinton left the park bloody and beaten. This body cam video shows the altercation.
You are going to get hurt. If you don't listen to what I'm telling you.
Are you audio video recording this?
I already told you that. Get on,
Hey,
get on the ground. You're under arrest. Give me your hands.
Okay.
Now, more than a year later, Clay Hilton faces assault and false swearing charges. On Tuesday, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office announced the termination of Hilton from the agency. Sheriff John Knowles said he met with Hilton and his lawyer to address the incident after they finalized the internal investigation. In a statement, Sheriff Knowles said in part, quote, "After reviewing the internal investigation, I believe it clearly showed some members of the sheriff's office, including supervisors, did not live up to the standards of conduct of the sheriff's office during and after this incident."
I can say it's about time.
Tim Notes, one of the attorneys representing Hinton. I spoke with him over the phone.
I know one of Mr. Hinton's biggest frustrations throughout this entire last 13 months is this guy's still getting paid.
While he says his client's injuries healed over the last year, the mental trauma remained.
Now knowing that he's actually been terminated, I think that will help his mental recovery.
Sheriff Knowles also stated on Tuesday, quote, "I imposed discipline on those members at a level I believe is appropriate, including the significant step of terminating Mr. Hilton's employment. Additionally, I have made changes to policy, ensuring we appropriately document and review all uses of force." But Note remains skeptical about the reported policy changes.
What I'm wondering is if there are actual real changes, or if they're adding a level of buffer between accountability and the elected sheriff.
Hilton's arraignment set for later this month.
Hands up! Put your hands behind your head!
New video, police arresting a man suspected of multiple shootings on I-5 in Seattle earlier this week. WSP troopers are investigating at least 6 shootings where 5 people were hurt. One woman is in serious condition in the ICU from her injuries. The spree spanned across King and Pierce counties, and it all began about 9:30 on Monday night. Then miles away, another shooting where 3 people were hurt. Then hours later, at 1:30 a.m., 2 more shootings along southbound I-5. Police say it appeared to be the same car at all the shootings. Right now, the suspected shooter is in custody, and at this point, the suspect's motive is unknown. It is 12:07 right now, and still ahead right here on KREM 2 News at noon. Protesters take to the streets in Israel, demanding that their government work out a hostage release ceasefire deal with Hamas. The latest out of the Middle East coming up in 2 minutes.